Hello everyone, welcome back to Dawn and Dreams. It is your lady Ms.Z. Thank you so much for tuning into another video. If you would, please make sure that you like and subscribe if this video resonates with you. If you would like to book a reading, you go to dawnanddreams.com. That's also where you'll see other products. I also have a new money oil that is upgraded. It has a higher dollar amount in it. And with the regular money oil, I can manifest so much. But with the updated money oil, I'm really excited to see where that's going to take it. So if you're interested in that, please go to dawnanddreams.com. The link will always be in the description box. Now, let's get to this reading. So I don't normally do readings. I went the whole week without giving you guys a reading, so I apologize about that. I really appreciate you guys being here and sticking with me and always coming back, always commenting, always telling your stories. I'm not always able to comment because I have 99 things going on in my head. But I do appreciate your time and your energy, because one story that you share can actually help somebody else in the comments that's going through that same thing. So I really appreciate you. I appreciate everybody booking readings. I appreciate your feedback, all of that. So thank you guys for sticking with me. But yes, this reading is going to basically be about what's going on in the world right now. So you guys already know there is a lot of chaos. What do you call that? Scarcity energy. It's just a lot going on. So you have the spiritualists who may be on one end of the pole that's like, don't worry, it's all just one big lie or whatever you want to call it. And then you have the other side, the logical people who are like, okay, well, everything is being removed. It's going to be maybe 2 or 3 weeks that we're going to go without food and without this and without that. So I'm kind of down the middle. I'm not one way or the other, because I've lived a non-spiritual life, so I know what it is like to kind of go through those things and have to follow the cycle of the world. And then I also, now that I am spiritual, I can kind of take a step back and see the virus as something more like an energy, because in Yoruba spirituality and many African traditions, when we see something, it's not just a disease or a virus per se. It's more like an entity that's working in different areas. And it actually does exist in a sense because it's an entity, but that's how it's looked at. It can kind of hit anybody just like any other virus or anything like that if it comes into your life, and it can go back to being spiritual. So without further ado, I want you guys to pick while I'm talking one, two, or three. These are the Adinkra symbols. So I want you to pick, and we're just going to see what you need to do, okay? Because like I said, I'm one way and I'm also the other way about things, being prepared, but also not giving too much energy, things like that. I'm just like down the middle, especially as a Libra. I'm very, you know, this way and that way. Ooh, that one fell on the floor. That one holding some energy. Okay. Put this back here. So you can pick one, two, or three, whichever symbol that you're drawn to, and I can bring that back up one more time, just to see what you need to do, okay? Because everybody's situation is not the same, all right? I've just heard of somebody who, lost their job just because of the virus that's going on around. So that's how serious people are taking it. So we're just going to see. And we're going to see what the ancestors have today is. What do you need to do now? Also, another thing is I do have my bones here. I got my little bone mat. And I'm going to throw some bones on as well just to give extra information. We're also going to read into the cards. And give you 1 second. They're being so high. All right, so if you've chosen one, we're going to go ahead and get started. If not, please make sure that you pause the video and focus on whichever one that you choose, and you can play it back. Okay, so I'm going to put these up to the side here. And we're going to go with the first one. So the first one is the wisdom knot. Ingenuity, wisdom, intelligence, and patience. Wisdom and patience. So this one is about, as it takes effect around your in your life and maybe around your life. And I don't say in your life as in you might have it, but it may take effect to your job, to things that you have going for yourself. Use wisdom. Use wisdom. Basically plan out things that are going to happen around you. You would probably definitely need to be a person that more so prepares. It may not be something that goes on forever, and never is, but still prepare yourself for little slight changes that may happen around you, whether it's less hours at your job or people are going crazy, so everything just keeps going off the shelves. So basically you have to more so prepare yourself for certain things, making sure that you are using things strategically, your time, your energy, and your money. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm also hearing that for you, this would be a great time to create, and that's weird. But even during this time, you are not supposed to stop your innovation that you're trying to do in your life. So those of you who are creators, some of you could even be business managers as well. But I'm also seeing that you need to continue, use this time, this downtime that's happening in the world, for you to start creating what you want when the world starts back up, if that makes sense. Because I'm seeing focus around your flower that's going to bloom. No matter what the world is throwing in our faces and in our way, you still have to make time for the things that are actually going to manifest regardless. Using your wisdom. So, let's see. You're going to pull some cards from here too. And then we'll pull the bones at the end. Yeah, this is going to be a time of stillness for you. But during stillness, you do reflection. Your energy and money needs to be on the reserve. I'm hearing you might be in one of them hard to reach areas where people go crazy, so. Yeah, this is dropping out in the middle. And in the middle, you have spiritual bond, deepest connection, but you also have earthly connection, money, and security. Okay, focusing on your security. Let's put that right there. It's coming out this way. I don't grab too many cards. That fell on the floor, so we're going to pull that too. I'm going to back this up just a bit here. All right, we'll pull the bones at the end. Yeah, you got your ancestors with you. Okay, you got your ancestors with you, so you're gonna be okay. What was I got out yet? Remember who you are. You knew I was a snake when you took me in. Hold on to what you have. And I'm seeing hold on to what you have very, very strongly, because you got the compassionate card with a lock on it. One day is not enough. I guess them $5 vacations is gonna come in handy, huh? Let's see. Yeah, saying impractical time for you to be in an overindulgence kind of level. Just kind of be on the reserve. It don't mean that things are just gonna completely just have chaos forever, like I said, but for you, things need to more so be on the reserve. Keep things to yourself as well. When you have you knew I was a snake when you took me in, this is energy. Because I'm seeing this two ways. This could be a very well be an energy that kind of latches on to you, that still takes some of your energy. You want to keep your immune system up in all ways, okay? Not only in a physical way, but also in a spiritual way, because things that affect you spiritually will eventually go over into the physical way to show you that it's taking your energy. So you want to make sure that during this time, you're not necessarily telling everybody what's in your pockets. If you like to stunt, you want to stunt, a little bit after this time. Keep everything kind of to yourself. As far as your energy in any way, you don't want to have any energy leakages, because like I said, any type of virus spiritually is an energy, so it feeds off of certain things, and eventually again it will show up physically. So if it's feeding on you spiritually, it'll show up physically. You don't want that to happen, so make sure that any type of energy leeches that you're putting out there, make sure that any toxic people you stay away from during this time. Or if you cannot stay away from these people, because some of these people might be family members, friends, co-workers, whoever, wear your protection, have your protection. And some people, it's as simple as doing something spiritual, taking something simple and turning into something spiritual. As you know, right now, everybody needs to stay clean. So I already did it, but what you can do is mix something up that is very cleansing, like, maybe bleach or something like that. Put it in a bottle. You don't have to keep it open if you got kids or something like that. Put some stuff in there and set it at your door in like a corner that's hidden. Don't put it where it's available to everybody. Make sure it's labeled or something. Don't do that, okay? Because I know some people are just like, yeah, let me go ahead and do this, and then they just create some type of ammonia. No, you want to take it, or even put a cleansing bottle beside the door, so nothing comes in your house that is toxic, or you charge it up or consecrate it so that nothing can come into this house that has toxic energy. But for the most part, you have your ancestors watching over you. So I think that you're going to be okay as long as you are thinking about what you have and not necessarily giving it all away. But again, during your time of stillness, you're still going to be focused. Even if it's a subtle amount of time, you still want to be focused on your goals and things that you have going for yourself. Because I'm still seeing some of you, this is another message of some of you holding on to old things, old friends, old people, maybe even old relationships. It could be that too. It's kind of like right now, these energies are playing into that. So you definitely want to keep, a limit on how much energy you're giving to certain people that are snakes, okay? One day is not enough says that you need a vacation. So during this time of stillness, if you do get some time away from work, take it to chill. Take it to focus on what you really like, okay? Your interests, things like that. You haven't had a vacation and I don't know how long is what it's looking like. So if you have some time to yourself, or you get a couple of days off, don't say, oh, bills, this and that. You can, but use it as, okay, I'm going to be thankful I got these couple of days off. I'm going to get some rest, or I'm going to focus on that project I really wanted to do. Just basically take the break. Don't, like I said, don't overindulge in nothing, because you might have that break, but use your time wisely. Plan for this vacation that you need to take. But other than that, I think that you'll be fine. Okay, so that's the first one. And we actually didn't pull no bones for that, so I guess it wasn't needed. But hopefully I get to pull some bones on the other ones. But I know when spirit says that's enough, that's enough. So I'm gonna keep moving forward. Let's go to the second one. Okay. Senfoka. So you have return and get it. Learn from the past. Return and get it, learn from the past. So this one has a lot of ancestral ties to it because it talks about basically, going back to your ancestral past, learning how they used to do it in the past, returning to your roots, things like that. So for a lot of you in this one, during this time of what do you do now? You don't necessarily have to panic because your ancestors have went through much worse and they've gotten through it. And not only that, but your ancestors could have been shamans, healers, or someone who actually knows how to remedy some of these things that come up before it turns into something serious. Now, it's not to say get involved if you see somebody sick, okay? Reserve your energy, all right, for those in your household. But I do see that you may be a person that probably knows the wisdom how to stay up. Like you're not a person that probably gets sick often, and even if you did, you could remedy that. It's just in your bloodline. Even if you just got connections to nature. You got connections to nature, you got connections to herbs. Look at that. It says you have the gift, work on it. So we're going to let that one come on out. Because that's slammed between my dick. Look at that. Heal. And this is associated with the ancestors. So in this sense, I would say that it's not just the meaning of you healing, but it's actually like you're able to heal. A gift of healing in some sense. Okay. I'm also hearing no mental chaos. Stay away from things that mentally put you in a state of mind of anxiety. Because a lot of spiritual people have anxiety. That's just one of the things, because you may worry about a lot of things. You may want to learn more things. Like, it's a lot of reasons that anybody, even if you're not spiritual, you can have a lot of anxiety. That's just the day and age that we're in. But during this time, do your best to kind of get that under control. Because with learning from the past, it's a symbol of, again, you've already been through that in a past life with a past ancestor. I'm actually hearing I can pull a few bones, so we'll do that. Move this up just a bit here. Yeah, you got the shaman bone here. Most definitely. Most definitely. A lot of this stuff isn't unlocked yet. You do have the wisdom that is unlocked to you, but a lot of things that you're connected to, you haven't even unlocked yet. So there's so much more for you to reach for. And it's with these ancient mothers that you have in your ancestry. That's what it's coming up as. Ancient mothers who are, and it seems like once you start coming into your own, you already are. So it's not to say that you just don't know who you are, but I would say that more developing, you start earning stripes. Just like maybe even karate, where you earn your belts and you get up to the black belt. I still see that you have more to digest for yourself, but eventually you'll get to a point where you learn and get closer and connected to these ancestors that have, again, remedied these type of things and weren't able to go into a frenzy or a panic when something goes wrong. So Okay, so you have crucified me. So this also means again that anxiety. I guess is where it's picking up on the anxiety. Crucified me is basically feeling like you want stones thrown at you in a sense because you're just like, okay, one more thing that I have to worry about. Don't try to stress yourself out with it. And again, this is also not a time to bottle up emotions on a personal level. So even outside of this chaos, you know, your inner chaos is something that you need to focus on. All right. Look at this as a reflection of what's going on in the world. You have a lot of things hidden down deep inside. So you more so need to start confronting that and revealing those emotions and not keeping them caught up inside. You got to study and download information. So your ancestors definitely want you to learn about certain things and certain energies that are working in the world and how that is a reflection of what's going on with people spiritually. You have time prediction within weeks. You got deep trauma holds me. A lot of reflection, as above, so below type of energy. Practical. So this means that you're a pretty practical person and you know how to be practical. Even if you weren't before this reading, this is telling you that, look at that. What does that say? That says over concern. And it's just a mouse. Like, you are so much taller than that mouse. I'm not gonna say that if it was here in person I wouldn't be jumping up and down, because I would. I'm not gonna lie to you. But in this picture it doesn't look as scary because it's like you're like this, okay? You should be walking like this. Fortunate trip, like you walk with your staff in your hand. You know what to do during these times of chaos in the world. It's not going to affect you. Person in charge represents you, and it also represents your ancestors as well. Having to take charge, just like you see people putting out these, I ain't gonna say like it's a bad thing, but I'm gonna say because whatever has to be done has to be done. But these state of emergencies and things like that, like, in your mind you have to think about your people, your tribe, your, okay, so what am I going to do for my community, make sure that my family's protected, okay, my extended family's protected. Even if you want to do some work for the world, like most indigenous people do, they do work for the entire world, okay, because they're out in nature and they have to do those type of things for us. So even if you want to do it on a global level, you could do that, okay? You have to have that tribal mentality, that leader mentality, that shaman mentality that is deep within you. It seems like you know what it is, but again, you have to take it a step further, all right? Start putting those things into action more so than just, oh God, that's really going to eat me up. It's not. This tells me that you're a very powerful spiritual person and you need to more so start looking at it like it's a mouse. Learn from the past. Okay. So, and like I said, this is also a reflection of that Adikra symbol, because in the past we weren't as scared of animals as we are today. I wasn't as scared of certain things like worms and stuff. I would pick that up and just keep on going. Now I'm like, worms? You want me to touch that? Bugs. I used to be the first person in class. Yeah, let it crawl on me, stuff like that. Now I'm just like, ugh. But, that tells you where we used to be compared to where we are right now. So it seems like more so of a crisis than back in the day where you would have to actually create a solution. Okay. You have keep spinning me round and round. So this means that your energy is in a lot of different places and you more so need to focus your energy. That's why you kind of feel a lot of anxiety, because you're putting your energy in so many places. You're concerned about so many people. But again, you have to look at yourself like you are in charge. Yes, you may be in charge of a lot of people energetically, like watching over your family, watching over yourself, maybe even watching over your clients if you have clients. But you still have to hold that position high. So take care of yourself first. Take care of yourself first so that you have the capacity to help others. All right. Don't let things drain you so much that you can't even, help yourself and your family. You have old flame has not died out yet. I feel this, what this means for you is just old flame has not died out yet. Like that old ancestral flame, old ancestral energy has not died out yet. It says, discover what is now yours to take. So for some of you, you know, I don't like to say everything is a business opportunity, but for some of you, this is where your throne sits. This is where your abundance sits. Discover what is now yours to take. Discovering not only abundance, but it's also wisdom, because wisdom is abundance. Wisdom will bring you abundance because you know about this sacred herb. That will bring you abundance. All right. So things are going to kind of follow for you, because I see a business around this as well. Okay. Not everybody's going to create a business from this, but I do see it for a lot of you. I'm also saying for some of you, you're going to be doing some connecting ancestrally. Like I said, you're going to be meeting some ancestors. It could be through travel too. So some of you may be traveling as well, but I do see that happening. So it's basically saying in this bone, don't get drained. Don't let distractions come into your energy. Stay focused on your soul mission during this time period, because this is a process of development. All right. But yeah, you are practical, so I don't think that you're going to overindulge in anything. Like you're good as far as that goes. But practical also means that you know what to do, what mixtures to take, how to stay in a good vibration. So use that information, especially if you haven't been. Okay, so that was for number 2. Okay, so for Adinkra number 3. All right. Unity, human relations, chain links. Some of you are going to be very helpful during this time period. Maybe putting the facts out there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm saying helping people in need. This will probably closely relate to your family more than anybody, but I do see spreading correct wisdom. So maybe a person that says very up to date on what's going on. Because I'm seeing this branch off in 2 different directions. And you also have let down your walls and make connections. Let me see how that all folds in. So I'm going to take for that one. Yeah, the first card you got is carefulness. Good choices. Let's see what you got here. Lost secrets, okay. Disorganization. Okay. Ooh, okay. I'm thinking this is getting better, but who knows? It might be getting worse. Let's see. I'm not saying that in a bad way, guys. I'm just in my own little world here. Okay. So those of you, you have the ability to kind of move energy. Um, like you have the ability to make sure that everybody's okay. I see a lot of you keeping track of your family. More so putting out the right information, doing the right research. You have the ability to do this. Because I'm seeing this is what the ancestors want you to focus on because you have disorganization and you have unprotected. So they want you to be very careful. Carefulness. Don't slip up and fall looking at the butterflies during this time. They want you to make good choices. Use your staff that will guide you in the right direction. Get your house under protection. Get your house organized because that is a reflection of what's going outside in the outside world. But I also see this as your community as well. Making sure that everybody stays on track and making sure you're letting people know to be careful. So it's not just you. Because I look at this like it, what affects you might affect your family as well. Not in a crisis way, just in a way that, hey, remind such and such to make sure they carry them some. I know hand sanitizer is long gone at this point, but just being very, very careful, especially the energies that they exchange with other people. Keeping your family close. Because I'm seeing for some of you, you may be helping somebody. This could be a person that without a job. This could be a person that didn't make the correct choices during this time period, didn't get prepared for nothing, and that's just it. And like I said, I don't think we're going in the Stone Ages here. I think that it will pass over, but the principle is just during this time, just be very careful. I'm saying not letting any new energy come around you, not like that. Reconnecting to your family, making sure everybody's okay, stuff like that, yes. New energies, not so much. Because right here you have snake undetected. You have I keep one rolled. I keep one rolled is, yes, literally smoking, but it also has an energy of carefulness. Because as you're getting, high as the life is long, whatever. Not this is not everybody because not everybody smokes, but I'm just saying overindulgence and happiness and just drowning out things like, oh, I don't care about this right now. This is just something else to stress me out. So I'm just gonna do away with my problems. Basically, don't be too careless, okay, with the energies that you have around you. Because another card you have is keep suffering then. And this is the card of the shaman. So this is like your ancestors telling you what you need to do, okay? And then you have good parties in the reverse. So kind of stay away from, at this time, like could be a week or two, something around that line, maybe a month. Just kind of, I would say, keep to yourself as far as certain energies because, I don't say nobody got the illness. It's not that severe, but I just want you to just be cautious. Because when you got keep suffering, then that's an energy of, again, it's always the energy of that your ancestors giving you certain things for you to use, but you're not using them. If you know that you light candles for your family and you haven't done it in a while, because sometimes we always lose track of things that we do. The things that were supposed to be a ritual turn into every once a blue moon. I understand. So if it becomes that, right now is the time to make sure that you're implementing that. Because look at yourself as a guardian. Even if not everybody else is conscious, look at yourself as the guardian. Don't just overlook something just because it's not in your face or it hasn't really affected you or your family, and it probably won't, but don't overlook it, okay? Don't overlook things. And you do have renewed and restored life after this, holding on to what you have, so being on a reserve just a little bit, using your money and energy strategically. You do have one day is not enough, so this is coming from you needing a vacation, kind of just trying to stay away from drama and just not deal with it most of the time, or not just basically giving your energy into a lot of things that come up in the media. I get it. You're ready, really tired and need a vacation. So you do want to get that after this is done. But you do want to get your house under some protection because you have keep suffering in this. So this means that you are a shaman, but you got to start implementing that energy, especially during times like this, because again, it may not take effect into your life. Viruses spiritually don't always have to take effect in your life to where it's just causing illness. It can cause illness in other ways. It can target your pockets, it can target your cells, it can target many other things in your avenue. So you want to be protected all the way around the globe. Don't just let things pass you by because you don't think it's going to affect you in any way, especially with everybody acting like it's, World War III out here. So if you're going to sit there and just, I guess, let it pass you by, then eventually it comes in and says, it starts knocking on your door. I'm going to get you some kind of way, right? So you don't want that to happen. So just make sure that you are on top of your protection, even if it's just lighting candles to cleanse out energy. Yes, I'm seeing this too, even with health. Even with health, because you have the shaman bone over the fertility. So that represents health, but it's good health. So it's nothing bad. It just represents protection, healing around that area, using your wisdom. There is a snake showing up in the reading. So, and you did have a snake undetected. So like I said, just be cautious with energies that you let into your space, because energies can kind of almost go in agreement with what's going on in the world. If I'm a virus and I see you causing chaos, we might link up and then cause some more chaos in your world. So always look at it also spiritually as you would in a physical way as well. So just look at that as far as who's in your space, and make sure that at this time you might even just be keeping to yourself just for a little while. And I'm also seeing some of you needing to get back to your soul mission and your dreams, paying attention to your dreams as well. You have some ancestors here that are speaking. You have the great grandmother, or it could be the grandmother too, but I said great grandmother first, so it might be a relation. But you have the great grandfather or grandfather also here, connecting to your dreams. So they're sending you messages about what's going on in the world. It's connected to your dreams now. So pay attention to your dreams. Write down any information that you may receive, because it could help you or a family member. Okay. Even if it doesn't hit you directly, it still can hit you, because things that are attached to your heart are still things that can hit you. Right. So you want to make sure everybody's straight. Keep your house organized. Keep your house in a protected state. All right. So that is pretty much it. I hope this reading helps. Comment down below which one you chose, and you guys have a great and wonderful day.